My journey to Paris started just 2 years to Paris. That's when I got the scholarship, but I had been working prior with my own funds and with my own resources until I got the IOC scholarship. And it became easier and lighter because I didn't have to pay for trainings, I didn't have to pay for ammunition. So that helped me a lot, but I fell short because I wasn't training in the right way, as I have come to know now. Because there is a certain way you train for Olympics. You just don't train. There is a certain specific way. There are specifics, because as you know, in air rifle, our sport is very, very technical. You have to have the right guidance and the right kind of coaching. I went to two training camps in Miramas, and I had a coach from France. Unfortunately, he was an air pistol coach who works with kids, so I didn't get like 100% from him. I really did my best because I won 2 silver medals in the 16th African Championships in 50-meter prone women rifle and in 50-meter 3-position women rifle. That was a very big achievement for me because in the history of shooting in Kenya, there isn't any other female who've ever brought in a silver medal from a continental championship in terms of ISSF shooting. Not dwelling on that, I was very, very heartbroken because I did not qualify for Paris. I mean, it was Paris. But then again, I came to realize after I took the break and I had my emotions in check, I came to realize that I was kind of hoping and wishing for Paris. I wasn't really prepared. I thought I was prepared, even going to Rio. That's when I got the awakening in Rio, Brazil, because the level at which I was competing wasn't the same as which the ones that qualified to Paris were competing. Because I have been shooting a score of 618, 620, they are playing at a field of 630 to 634. Now, you might think that's a very small gap between 620 and 630. That's only 10 points. But in air rifle, it is a very, very big gap. And to bridge that, you can take even 2 or 3 years, or even 4, depending on your ambition and your training and whoever is training you. Because when you look at how we score our targets or how our targets are scored, they're scored in decimal. And for you to get from 620 to 621, that's a whole point. That demands you to shoot an extra 1 whole point, not 0.1, but a whole 1 within every shot that you take. So me getting from 620 to 630 requires, actually demands of me to work way better, way harder, way smarter. Work on my diet, work on my coaching, work on my sleeping patterns, things that I didn't know were important. So I was in Sweden as from 9th of October up until the 26th of October, where I was in an 18-day training camp with a Norwegian coach he is Norwegian by birth, lives in Sweden, and is the national coach for the Danish team. His name is Leif Steiner Roland. And he has walked me through so many things, and I can say I've learned so much in 18 days that I've ever learned in the 6 years I've been shooting. Because I have learned that it is important to have a rhythm in life when shooting, like in your shooting career. It's like you have to do things almost the same every single day. The other thing, I thought shooting training only came in when I was firing shots to the target and was hitting 10.9s and 10.7s, really high 10s, but that's not it. Shooting really is the inner you, the things that you know you should do. Now the process, that's what gives you the results. Not you hoping for a 10. It's you shooting for a 10. And you have to shoot for a 10 knowing that you'll get a 10 from your process that you've created. Like, you have to have a shot plan. We worked on a shot plan. We worked on how I lift my gun, because that matters also. How I approach my targets. Things that seemed so small, so minute that I didn't think mattered a lot, but it did, because we did something called SCAT training, and that gave feedback on how I shoot, how my stability is, how my holding is, how my triggering is. And good news is that he thinks I am one of the fastest learners, and he thinks I am one of the people who have the greatest ambition and the greatest chance for Olympics. Those are his words. He said, Priscilla, I have worked with you for only 18 days. And in the 18 days that I've worked with you, I don't think I have ever worked with anyone who've been able to grasp what you have grasped in such a short amount of time and actually execute it. And from that, I can only say look forward, not even hope or wish, look forward to what the future has for me in terms of shooting. And from now, we came up with a plan. I didn't have a plan going to Paris. I just knew I wanted to go to Paris. Now I have a plan. Between now and December, I know what I want to do. I know what I'm aiming for, gently, a thing at a time. And then we get into competition, and then hopefully go to another training camp in Sweden as well. If the federation and if NOC can support us and bring him to Kenya, that will be great, because I'm not the only one who's going to benefit, but my fellow athletes, which will be an amazing thing, because getting what I got, I wished if only my fellow athletes, like my teammates, could get that. I think we'd be at a very, very high place in terms scoring. Yes. So let me tell you one thing about my passion in shooting. It just didn't come. It was birthed the day I touched a rifle, and that was when I was a recruit in Kiganjo, and I took my first shot, and that felt like, I honestly can't explain the feeling, but it felt so liberating. So it made me feel so powerful. And I was very tiny back then, but I gave it my best. It was a heavy gun, a G3. I was tiny, it had a blowback, but it was very exciting, and I fell in love with shooting from that day, because I did really well. So the thing that will keep me grounded is my passion for shooting and the dream that I have to qualify for LA 2028. And not only to qualify, I am here to train and win in LA. Yes, change. I want to be a change, actually, in the society. When I started shooting, I didn't have a direction. I want to bridge that gap between people that are starting shooting and elite shooters. In the long run, I want to see this sport being as big as athletics is in Kenya. I want to guide children and even the youths who are really interested in shooting to get to a level whereby we can say that we're sending like 5 or 6 athletes to the Olympics or to the Commonwealth for shooting. So in a nutshell, I want to be a coach and maybe someday even be a judge in shooting. Yes. My name is Priscilla Mburu, an air rifle athlete under the Kenya Sports Shooting Federation.